Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to take a look at how you can complete the Movie Heroes challenge of the Fighting Legend Goku event completely free to play. Basically, as we kind of take a look essentially at how easy it is. Now it's not as easy as some of the other free to play challenges. You could change the team up a little bit. I do think this is the best free-to-play unit to use for the team. Like I say, you could change it up, but realistically speaking, I just don't see it. This enables us to use physical LR Ultimate Gohan, a fantastic unit that gets stronger with every attack he does, has effective against all types of attacks when his ki reaches a certain threshold, has multiple super attacks, and also a very good active skill that we can use to end the last phase quite quickly. Because we'll be using Gohan and because he leads Hybrid Saiyans and Superheroes, we're going to be using a combination of the physical and tech Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, who are a pretty nice combo, but are a lot better when they're linked up together. And we're not going to be linking them up together, they're just going to be floating around. Now this does make them somewhat vulnerable. It is always somewhat vulnerable to kind of run units that need ki and need to super, but they're not running them with good linking partners because they don't link very well with anyone else. So it's not like they have a huge amount of links or have a really strong link set or provide much else when they don't link up. They can be found out defensively, but generally will be okay. It's just we have much stronger alternative kind of teams to run or rotations to run, and so I just don't really want to kind of be a bit less inefficient with them. It takes a lot longer if you run them in the main slot, which just doesn't really work. As our free to play lead, we're using the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, a unit that was great when it came out, has aged somewhat, which makes sense. It's really not something too mystifying. I chose the AGL one over the Tech Vegeta mainly due to the fact that Tech Vegeta would be very weak in the final phase compared to the AGL Goku. But beyond that, there's really not any other wild reason as to why I chose him over him. Vegeta would be more defensively sound throughout the fight up until the end phase, and there will also be off rotation, so you can use either one, whichever one suits you, whichever one you're happy with. Now obviously we have the AGL Super Saiyan Gohan Teen, which is also from the superhero movie. Obviously his EZA as well, but he has attack and defensive ki +2, attack and defense of 158%. He's got that nice build up of crit chance, he's got the ability to do additional super attacks. Basically he's just a very solid damage dealer. Now we're not getting his full defensive power because we're not facing an Andrews unit and we are under quite a low lead, but generally speaking he's defensively sound throughout the whole phase. Even without an item he'll survive a super attack in the final phase, and that's realistically all we can kind of ask of him as a unit. So that kind of completes that side of the spectrum. Obviously we're looking at Hybrid Saiyans as well, because we're looking at the whole combo of Gohan's kit. And in terms of the Hybrid Saiyan side, we're using the recent recipients of Dokkan Awakenings, the AGL Super Saiyan Trunks Kid, who's a very solid unit, and Goten, the physical Goten Kid. Now obviously we're going to be running the two of them as a pairing, so we're going to be running them same rotation, linked up together. It's pretty important that you link them up together actually, because they do perform way better together. Trunks has 59% evasion, 50% evasion when he's linked up with Goten, which is pretty big, and his defense gets a big sizable boost, whereas Goten as well also gains quite a sizable boost in terms of his defense, and also obviously gains a little bit of offensive power. Now Goten as well, he's helpful for the final phase against the Int Goku, but generally speaking these guys are just very good. Now the Int Goku phase, You don't have to save the active skill of Ultimate Gohan. I just chose to save the active skill of Ultimate Gohan because I wanted to, try and finish him as quickly as possible. But you don't have to do so. We did have to use items, not too many. I think we used one Icarus, one Whis, and a Princess Snake, which was decent. I was just playing it safe to kind of get to the final phase. The Gamma 1s and 2s, or the Gamma 1 and 2, will start to take a decent chunk of damage from around the Blue Goku phase. So the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku phase, they'll start to take a fair chunk of damage. So it's a bit, I would say, probably dicey to not use items while they're on rotation. Gohan does great, physical Gohan, he does great. AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, like I said, won't die to a super. He'll take about 190k, which is good considering he's under like basically one lead. So generally speaking, the team does a good job. I don't really find it to have a huge issue. I think everything works fluidly. Team works great. And yeah, there's very little issues that we tend to have. Obviously, we could still have problems. You can never really say. But for me, generally speaking, we run quite well. Team runs smoothly. Everything runs as planned. And yeah, there wasn't really that many complications or issues. Honestly speaking, the event itself was super smooth and quick. Around 16 minutes, but I usually record these when I'm making dinner or prepping something. So yeah, personally speaking, it felt really good. The Gamma 1s and 2s make a little bit dicey, so if you're looking for replacements, I would suggest replacing them. But remember, you do need to have the character be movie heroes, and I do think running Gohan as a lead is probably best because he can fit quite well under your lead. But you can run anyone. You can run the tech, God Duo. You can run whichever units you're happy with to kind of fill up that leader slot. Most of them should be able to carry you to victory. But yeah, that's basically it for me. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye.